Hello ladies and gentlemen, IAmPattyJack. Welcome back to another edition of Skyrim Special Edition Mod Spotlights. In this episode, taking a little look at a very nice little cozy lakeside cabin that's kind of inspired off The Hobbit. So let's go take a look at this thing, not wasting any time getting into this. Before we do though, so you can see it over there, but first of all I'm going to point out a couple things out in front here. They've added in what looks like some lily pads and stuff, which I don't believe were there before. So that is greatly appreciated right off the bat. I think it looks pretty neat. We got a few little wheat stacks over there, you can go get some stuff. And then we get right on into the little garden area and the outdoorsy part. You're going to see right off the bat, of course, this is definitely inspired by the Hobbits. And, they say that at the mod itself as well on, like, the mod page. If you want to download the mod, you can always do so. Link is in the description, as always. Okay, so looking at this outside area here, we got a little bit of a chicken. I like the chicken. He seems like a cool dude. Dunno about having, like, your garden right in view of any chickens or farm animals. I feel like they would eat everything, but if it's just one, then probably not, especially if you kept it fed. So, my lore has been intact somehow. I don't really care about that. Anyways, though, looking at other stuff, though, we have a bit of crafting supplies and stuff outside here. Of course, we have an anvil that you can, make things with. You're going to notice that there's a big pile of stuff, and you're going to be thinking, like, whoa, I don't want to get a bunch of free stuff that breaks the game. Well, thankfully, with this mod, most of these piles of stuff are just that. They're piles of things that you can't interact with, and they kind of serve as, like, places to store your crafting supplies. So this is just a pile of ingots that you can throw whatever you want to in there, probably ingots if you want to keep it, like, lore-friendly. So I do appreciate that they didn't just go out of the way to kind of break the game. Other than that, though, outside here, we do have a couple little garden things. They've done a really nice job of just kind of setting up this little area in general. Alright, so if I have any complaints, though, it could use a little bit more cleaning up. I mean, there is a couple of stuff like right outside the door here that could have been deleted. The rocks, I'm not sure why they're still here either. They kind of almost add something to it, which I do appreciate. But yeah, this grass and stuff could be cleaned up a little bit, and then obviously this little grass poking out there as well. That's very minor complaints though, so I'm not really gonna hold it against anyone. Let's go inside, take a looky-see. Inside here, I gotta say, it looks fan-freaking-tastic. Seriously, just take a look at this. Just take a second and, like, take it all in. It's crafted with, obviously, a lot of love. Alright, you good? You done? Awesome. Let's go and take a look at some of this stuff that's inside. So, very similar features to the outside, whereas, like, these aren't just books that you can knock about and they won't fall through, like, tables or anything. You can actually store whatever you want inside them. I do appreciate that. I think that's a really good little, a good little addition to it, although I would like, to see maybe potentially being able to customize it a bit more. This place is very status quo, being that you can't really edit a whole lot. So basically what you see in here is what you're going to get. For some people, that's not a problem. For others, that might be a little bit of an issue. You do have a bookcase, though, and like shrines and stuff. You have arcane enchanters around here as well. I'm not sure if we have an alchemy place, though. It might have been outside that I missed, but if it's not, then maybe that's something we could add in. Because, oh, there it is. We're goodsies. I'm just an idiot who doesn't know things and doesn't research properly before he does videos, so taking a look at other stuff too. There is, other things like breads. Again, this is all just stuff that you can store whatever you want into, and it's very much just there for, decoration and things like that. Then, of course, you have cooking areas as well. Pretty much everything you need. I have done a little bit of research and attempt to try to get followers to live here and stuff, as well as children. Haven't had any luck with that. I don't believe that there's a way to do that in Skyrim Special Edition yet. So, I went and talked to some kids, tried to adopt them over here, and it was like, no, you don't have any houses. So, that's not a feature yet. However, hopefully that will become one once those mods get ported over into the Special Edition. Anyways, though, that's pretty much all there is to this mod. If you want to download it again, link to it in the description. Thank you so much to the mod creator for creating this. I really do appreciate it. And I am PattyJack. I will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful day.